I want nothing to do with the army after this. In this episode, we take a look at Alderamin On The Sky. The winner of a handful of light novel popularity contests gets an adaptation at the hands of studio Madhouse, a man who steps in the series director role for the first time, and another who has been around the industry, working on such properties as Terraformers, JoJo's, Danmachi, and both seasons of Food Wars. Alderamin is classified as an action fantasy anime. The huge Katbana Empire is at war with the neighboring Kyoka Republic. In one corner of the empire, a young man is about to be caught up in the flames of war. His name is Ikuta Soroku. He is lazy, a philanderer, and he hates war. Not the ideal profile for a soldier. On his way towards the next stage of the officer's qualification exams, he and his childhood friend Yatorishi no Ixem encountered their nurse trainee Haruma Beckel, Matthew Tedridge, a member of the old military faction, and Torway Remion. The change of the character designs was controversial in the eyes of some. While I lament the loss of the watercolor-like look the light novels had, the anime doesn't look as bad as it was made out to be. It had a strong foundation, the designs in the novels were eye-catching, and whoever did character design for the show made them justice. And the author approved them. Purity for purity's sake doesn't necessarily result in a better product. When compared to manga, light novels are known for their brevity. With mountains of text setting everything up before the action starts, it can take a while. I'm glad the adaptation decided to jump straight into the action. The episode's latter part has the characters stranded on an island controlled by the Kyoka Republic. Being behind enemy lines make the atmosphere tense, and the characters are on edge after learning this fact. The person responsible for series composition seemed to be aware of why light novel adaptations get such a bad rep, and did something different with this project, which is awesome if true. This story follows Ikuta Soroku, a man who's extremely sarcastic, abhors war, and worships the female form. I already had problems with that last part of his description, but his worshipping of Haruma Becker was borderline sexual harassment. This is not cool, even with his childhood friend Yatorishi no Ixem stopping him before it got worse. If this will be the source of comedy for the show, I want no part of it. Adding the extreme sarcasm he displays freely, and I just want to punch this dude in the face. I may be reacting exactly how the author intended, that I am meant to dislike Ikuta, but we'll see what further episodes bring up. While I find the series composition to be great, and that it nullifies a majority of the gripes people have with light novel adaptations, I find myself asking questions about his backstory, something that was largely ignored on this first episode. If the focus of the story isn't character driven, which I believe to be the case, I would have preferred if I had something to chew on before it got to specifics in later episodes. For instance, why is the Katbana Empire at war with the Kyoka Empire? Why am I supposed to care for these characters on the situation they're thrown on? Many other questions come to mind, but I feel those would have went off to a good start, while I wait for answers in the future. That's Alderamin On The Sky, and the end of this episode of Impressions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to see more content. Thank you for joining me on this ride. With this episode, Impressions goes back to the drawing board. Do stick around for something different. Until next time, with nothing more to say, signing out.